In the famous words of...
Did you download the app?
What?
The Two Vets, Two Mics app?
There's an app?
No. The Woodpecker app.
Maybe. How many people do you think made it that far to watch the ad?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. We have 3 viewers, and I don't think any of them made it that far. What do you want from us? It's already 40 minutes long.
We had good number of viewers.
We did.
Not on TikTok. I think that video got shadow banned.
Probably. Yeah, I think our TikTok account is shadow banned, actually.
I think that one video did, because...
Well, our views went from, like, getting pretty high in the hundreds to, or at least into the hundreds, to, like, 30 views.
Yeah, but I told you that was going to happen. I think it's just... we suck.
Well, yeah. So I'm still sick. I don't know. It's been 2 weeks now. I'm still
Ebola?
sick. Dude, it could be. Is Ebola the one that melts your insides?
I don't know.
Or is that Zika?
It's the one where Uganda Knuckles just yells, Ebola!
Ebola?
I love Uganda Knuckles.
I love Uganda. So, that's not true. Never been there. I heard it's a shithole.
I love you.
Thank you. That's a Star Wars reference. So, you went to the Taylor Swift concert.
Dude,
Tell me everything about it. I saw Rita put that you guys got VIP tickets or something.
Yeah. I bought them last year.
What happened?
I bought tickets.
What happened?
Bro, it was a fucking shit show getting the tickets. I don't know if you've seen the Ticketmaster fiasco. They're getting sued because of their outrageous subcharges. But lucky for me, the Houston concert was Ticketmaster, but the one in Arlington, which is one we went to, was run by SeatGeek. For some reason, there's like 2 stadiums that aren't run by Ticketmaster. So it was not as bad, but still kind of bad. I had both websites pulled up, trying to see if I could get good tickets on either one. Ticketmaster one just never loaded. It's just like infinitely crashing.
Jesus.
But yeah, we ended up going last week. This is the best part. We're pulling up. They had like renamed one of the streets along the stadium Taylor Swift Way. People were up there taking pictures. I took a picture.
Did they do that? I don't know if you know. Did they do that solely for the concert and then they're going to rename it back, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
And we were like, let's go take a picture with the sign.
Some poor prisoner in jail had to make that sign.
Nah, it was more like decorative, like honorary shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're pulling up to it. We're still pretty early. Nothing's open yet. We're just wanting to go take pictures and be there early to beat the traffic. And it had just fucking rained so hard, like torrential downpour rain. And we're pulling up. We see the stadium. We see the sign. We're like, oh, there it is. Let's go take a picture. Stoplight. Everybody stops. I'm in the front. Get rear-ended. And bro, the thoughts that went through my mind. I just wanted to kill whoever hit me. I was like, you could hit me any fucking day of the week and I wouldn't give a shit. But right now.
On Tay-Tay Day.
Yeah, and I had Rita and her sister in the car. And then they started freaking out. And I'm just like, oh, this is... I just sat there in my car for like... I feel like it was like 10 seconds just contemplating life. And I was like, what would Taylor do? Then I saw the lady get out.
Like, what would Taylor do? So I had my security get out of the car and deal with it.
No, it went pretty smooth. No issues.
Did you get to meet her?
The person who hit me? Yeah.
No, Taylor Swift.
No, not personally. That was one of the highlights. Fucking getting hit on the day of. But, bro, it's tough because we got there really early. Because we had access to a lot of VIP shit.
And so what access do you get with the VIP stuff?
You get in early, like really early.
Mm-hmm.
You get access to the Miller Lighthouse or some shit like that at the AT&T Center.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing was access to the merch. Like merchandise was just running out left and right.
So you get kind of like a early access, if you will.
Yeah, it's extremely unfair because people were like in line since yesterday. Then the non-VIPers
skip them.
Yeah, and even after that, like there was still a good bit of lines for ours from all the VIPs. Once we got inside, there was like so many more just for us. And then once you get into the floor seats, there's another merch stall there. Like it was like more than we even needed.
How much merch did you get?
I just bought one shirt. I didn't even care.
Oh, okay.
A lot of it you could just buy online.
So okay, how? No, I don't want to ask how much the tickets were.
There were a lot.
Yeah, I don't even want to. It's gonna just hurt my soul hearing.
Had to take out a small loan.
Oh,
no,
Jesus.
I didn't.
So next thing though, if you go to another, you have to get backstage tickets.
I would
passes.
if that was a thing.
That's not a thing. I've always thought that was a thing.
Maybe for people not as big, but like these people are crazy.
Yeah,
Swifties are crazy.
I can see it.
Given the chance, like if you put a physical price on backstage, you're gonna have way too many. You're gonna have chaos.
I wonder how you can score backstage passes then.
Yeah, to be like personal friends with her. She had like a little tent by the floor seats for like her family and friends.
That's pretty cool.
Selena Gomez was in there one of those nights.
Get the fuck out of here. I love
They're
Selena
like
Gomez.
besties.
I love Selena Gomez. And not the whole like because of the whole Selena Hailey Bieber whatever the fuck. I've just always loved Selena Gomez.
She's cool. I think she lives like right next.
You know what? That's not true. I didn't like her when she was in. This is a hot take too. I didn't like her when she was in Wizards of Waverly Place. I also didn't watch the show, but I don't know who the fuck she was.
She's Selena.
Yeah, well, once I started kind of hearing her music and stuff, I was like, I fuck with this chick. She's got good music.
Oh, you liked her because of the music, not the acting?
Yeah, I didn't know her for acting. I knew her for her music.
Did she act anywhere else?
I think she did like Spring Breakers, which I haven't seen. I know she's done some other small roles. I just haven't really seen those movies. But yeah, I know her for her music, not
yeah,
acting.
it was a great time.
I need to get Polly and I to go to a Miley Cyrus concert.
It's tough.
It's tough, man.
Is she touring?
I don't think so. I need to look into it. I need it, and it's selfish of me because I'm like, oh, I'll do that for Polly, but it's for me.
Yeah.
Which is and I say it's selfish because Polly's gotten me tickets to view stand-up, to view stand-up comics that I like. And I never do. I never get her tickets anywhere.
I got looks like that too. Like, oh, there's this guy who's just tagging along with his girl or whatever.
Yeah. And you're like, no, she's tagging along with me.
Yeah. When we sat down, everybody started sitting down. We had this group of ladies to the left of us, and they were like, "Are you as excited as they are?" She was talking about Rita and her sister, and I was like,
"Like, I hope they're as excited as I am."
I always give them that face, like you rookie.
Yeah, that's gonna be me.
I told her something like, "You'd be surprised to know this was my idea."
Sexism, it isn't dead.
She wasn't wrong though. Like, there's definitely some guys like,
100%.
Literally, like, what are you doing there? You're just taking up space.
Yeah, don't go to it. Like, and here's the thing, right? I know that people want to go to these things with their spouses and significant others, or their significant others and spouses want them to go with them. But like, you shouldn't force like the person to go with you, because it'll kind of ruin the experience for you, you know, like, or whoever the fan is.
You would have had more fun with a random stranger who wanted to be there.
Yeah. I saw that the Arlington concert was all over TikTok, and I was like, man,
It was 3 separate nights.
oh well, then I don't know what night it was, but one of the ones that's gone viral is because there was a couple where the chick was just grinding, dude, grinding on this guy.
It did get very sexual at some point.
Yeah, and well, all the comments were like, "Oh, the song wasn't even a sexual song. It was like one of her, like, more mainstream radio play ones." I'll find the video. I'll show it to you during the break. But it was like what are you guys doing, man? It's not even a grinding song. I mean, she was going for it. They were making a fucking baby at the Taylor Swift concert.
The other thing is we're there so early, and you start drinking and you don't realize like how long you've been drinking for, and you're like, I don't want to buy food. It's expensive, so you just don't eat.
It's cheaper to drink.
Yeah, but then like she finally started. There's 2 opening acts before her.
Do you know who they were?
Yeah, it was Gail, the one who sings ABCD Fuck You, and then it was Muna. They were pretty good, but like by the time the main act comes around, like you're kind of swifty already.
Yeah, you're already fucking all lit.
And then you have fucking.
That's right. We use fucking hit verbiage.
And then you get like fucking seat neighbors buying you drinks, and you're
nice.
just like, oh brother.
You know what I've always wanted to go to, and it's inexplicable to me why I really want to go to like a Monday Night Raw event. I don't know why.
I've never been to one.
Because I used to watch it when I was a kid. Not even religiously. Like I wasn't like, oh, it's Monday night or whatever. It was just like if it was on, I was excited.
Yeah.
But I don't know why as an adult, I'm like, God, man, that would be dope. I would love to go to that. Just for the just for the event. You know what I mean? Just for the I went to a thing.
People really go crazy there. And
They do, man. They go fucking nuts. It's the same thing with like my dad used to take us to monster truck rallies.
Those are fun just because they're loud.
Yeah, and I think back on those and I'm like, man, I kind of want to go to one. Again, not because I'm like a monster truck fan. I don't know any of the fucking monster trucks that are there or the drivers' names or anything. But just because it's like it's a day. You know what I mean? You go, you fucking get dressed, you go, you fucking have a couple beers, get fucking rowdy. Like, it's just for the day.
Air shows?
I'm not a big fan of air shows.
Really?
And I think you know what it is? It's that I have volunteered at so many air shows.
Oh.
And that really starts to kind of kill it for you.
I love air shows.
I used to really enjoy air shows until I started volunteering at them. And then it was like, man, what a fucking drag.
Like, I could pretend that I love aircraft, but it just goes back to loud noises.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah.
There it is, ladies. If you want to take your guy out somewhere, take him somewhere with loud noises.
Yeah,
fireworks?
Dudes fucking love loud noises.
Yeah, what is this? Is this true?
Yeah.
We need to test this theory some more.
We really do. Actually, yeah, if any of our viewer
any one of our viewer
really likes loud noises,
different part of your brain,
let us know. What's like your ideal event?
Live music, like obnoxiously loud music.
I went to a POD concert with Polly. That was the first concert I ever went to. She took me to a POD concert at Tammy U, I think is where it was. And same thing, I had never heard their music, and then I became a big fan afterwards. But it was just never the same listening to their music outside of the concert because of the same thing, loud noises. It was just really loud. When we were in the front, man, we were at that rail. It was actually I got a funny story about that day. I think I'm like 17 or 16 years old at this event and at this concert, and it's awesome. We're all fucking jumping up and down. People are doing a little mosh pit, which I've never understood the mosh pit. I thought it was stupid.
You just get energy out.
It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. Maybe because I'm not a big guy, so for me, like, excuse me, the guys that are always in those things are like these big burly fucking.
Yeah, it is kind of unfair.
Yeah, so I'm like, can we have a smaller guy mosh pit where we just kind of lightly
touch each other?
Wait. Yeah, because I'll fucking get there. But so we're at this thing and. I turn around and it's Polly's in front of me. I'm behind Polly.
She's in the mosh pit.
No. We're not in the mosh pit. We're at the very front at the rail. Polly's in front of me. I'm behind her, and then next to me on my left is another woman, and she keeps turning and looking at me. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, she just seemed to be really annoyed that I was present, but that didn't. And whatever, it was whatever. And then at some point she turns and looks up, like over me. And then, so I turn to my right and look up, and there's a beer can flying towards us. And I put my hand up to catch it, And then I realized, oh, wait, I'm a minor. I shouldn't do that. And I put my hand down, and I guess she saw my hand go up and assumed I was going to catch it. So she didn't see when my hand went down. And this beer can just smacks her clear in the face. And so for the rest of the night, she was just mean mugging the fuck out of me with that little cut on her cheek.
Was it full?
It was a full beer can.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she was just like, this fucking asshole. Like,
Did it on purpose.
Yeah. How the fuck did you not catch it? There was a guy I knew at that concert. His name was Danny. Little guy, smaller than me, short and skinny. That was a terrible combo. Little short king. He got pushed into the mosh pit by somebody trying to get into the mosh pit.
It happens.
Yeah. And so as he's trying to get out, he's now getting shoved around by all these big burly dudes. And he's trying to, and then I guess at some point somebody just fucking decks him, dude. And I guess somehow he crawls his way out. And I remember looking back towards where he was, and he's just, so here's the mosh pit. We're over here in the front. He's now behind it. He started off in front of it. He's now behind it. And he just looks so not happy anymore. He's just busted ass lip.
Yeah.
I was like, mosh pits, man.
Those will ruin it for you.
Yeah. They really need to have a small guy section for the mosh pit.
They had him at Taylor Swift.
Really?
No.
Oh. Man, I was about to say, fuck, that's awesome. I've seen girls in mosh pits. And then I've seen them exit mosh pits very quickly.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look, I'm one of the guys. Oh, fuck.
This is not one of those, I'm a lady, you can't hit a lady. Like, they swing literally with their eyes closed. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they don't give a
What
fuck.
you're expecting.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't give a shit.
And they're okay with being hit, too.
Yeah, and see, you shouldn't be in an area where the person swinging wants to get hit. Where the person swinging is like, if I get hit, it'll amp me up even more, brother. Like, you shouldn't put yourself in that shit.
Break?
Too
Too bad. I already said it.
break.
Do you get stage fright? Why was that funny?
It's funny because, like, it's funny if there was a behind the scenes. And you could see what we were just talking about and then going like, we should jump back on the podcast. That'll be good. And then just dive into it with no, I get really bad stage fright.
As a comedian?
Yeah.
As a stand-up comedian?
Yeah. Doing stand up, I get really bad. Like I get really, really nervous before going on stage.
What about like sit-down comedian?
Even worse.
Oh God.
Even worse. Yeah. No. When I know I'm going to go on stage, I will, which I haven't done forever now at this point, but I'll be nervous, but not too bad. And then when it's like, hey, there's 2 comics ahead of you, you're after these 2, I'll get more nervous. And then once it's just down to, hey, you're after this guy, it's fucking, oh man, it's gut wrenching. Like I'm like, I'm going to fucking puke. This is fucking terrible. And then I get on stage, like they call you, you walk up, get your little applause or whatever. And then as soon as my opening lines leave my mouth, I'm fine.
Yeah, same.
As soon as I speak, it all washes away.
Same for karaoke with people when there's like an actual audience. You know you're coming up and you're just like, it's okay, I've done this before. And then like you get called up and you're like, oh heck, okay. But outside, I try and put on this front where I'm like, oh
yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Yeah, the whole way up, I'm just like, I'm fine. I have my beer, like whatever. And then people will ask, "Are you nervous yet? Are you nervous?" Nah, I'm good.
Oh, I tell them I'm nervous as heck, but they just don't believe.
I'll tell the other comics I'm nervous. But like anybody that's not a comic, if they ask, I'm fine. But other comics, because I know that they know. I know that they can tell the difference. But yeah, I get on stage, say my first words, and then I'm no longer nervous. Now I'm anxious. I'm anxious because I know what I've written. So I know the jokes that I've written, and I know the beats to that joke, and I know where the laughter is supposed to hit on each joke. And so now I'm anxious because as I'm getting to that first laugh that I know is supposed, well, not that I know it's supposed to go there, but that I'm hoping goes where it's supposed to be. I'm just anxious until I hit it, and if it gets a laugh, the anxiousness kind of goes down.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, if I can make it, so I try to write to where one joke gets 2 to 3 laughs. And so if I can hit each of those laughs the right way, and then the anxiousness is gone.
I first found out that once I like pass that like opening threshold of extreme nervousness, I'm fine. Well, I don't know what the fuck I just said. I first found out that once I do that, I first found that out in airborne school. You jump out of these 40-foot towers.
Yeah.
And they're actually a little more terrifying than jumping out of a plane because you free fall a little bit. And then the swing catches you. But it's like a giant zip line. But you jump out of the tower. And the scary part is the harness you're attached to is already attached to the zip line. So you're in the tower. You put the thing on. And then you jump. And you're already on the zip line. But it's like pulling you out already because there's so much tension on it. And you're just like trying not to fall. Especially like when they're telling you to like stand by. And one time I didn't. The very first time I didn't. He was like, go. And I was just like, I took a couple steps and I was at the very edge of the tower. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this. And he pulled me back and he was like, hey, are you all right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, go. And he hit me and I'll go again. And I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing it. And I just went and I was like, oh, that's not bad.
That is way better than they're like, it's like a big fuck you in the Marines. Cause so you guys do the rappel tower, right? To like just a normal rappelling.
Yeah.
So I think that's also like 35 or 30 feet. If you stop, like if you at the edge and you're like, I can't, they just kick you, dude. They're not, like, they'll yell and be like, fucking go. And then if you're like, I can't, they're like, I'm going to kick you. I can't. Boom. Next. And they just fucking bring up the next person.
They gave us a little confidence boost at the beginning because you have to like stand over the edge. And then to make you trust your equipment, you got to like let go of it with one hand and wave at him while you're standing on the edge, but like already perpendicular to the wall.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah. Did you do normal rappelling or did you do like Aussie rappelling?
No, it was just normal.
Oh.
We fucking never used it.
Yeah. So I did both. I like it. It's a lot of fun. But it's not fun when you get to the ground for me. 'Cause my nuts always get pinched every time. Because like I like would touch down onto the ground and then whoever's on belay, like holding the fucking other end of the rope, the safety rope, always gives you like a pull. Because your feet are up against the wall and then you have to just let go and then just drop the next, like, it's like 2 feet that you got to drop. Or at least that's how I was doing it. Maybe I'm wrong. And the guy kind of gives you a jerk. Like, my nuts. But so tell me more about airborne school. Cause I know we didn't really cover that last time. By last time, I mean
every time.
Episode 1.
Stop moving.
You can't help it.
Not you, the mic. Airborne school is so easy, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that way. It didn't seem that way for me because, you know, you were an initial entry soldier and, you know, everything just, you're scared of what you don't know.
Yeah.
But going back now, just like basic training, like it's so easy.
Yeah. I think a lot of that really is you're just afraid of what you don't know. And also there's like a big fear of getting kicked out, I think. Because you're like, fuck, man. What am I going to do afterwards?
But airborne school is so easy. You do the basic PT test. You need 42 push-ups. It doesn't matter age and gender. This is school specific. You need 42 push-ups, 53 sit-ups, maybe 53 sit-ups. You need to run a 15:56 2-mile. This is for, again, like all the branches as well that go into there.
It's not bad.
And then you need to do the flexed arm hang for 30 seconds. Which really only females have trouble with that.
Actually, I got corrected. I don't know what episode we were talking about it on. But somebody messaged me and was like, "Hey, you got the flex arm hang thing wrong."
Well, whoever's correcting you, tell them to correct you
70 seconds.
on
That's
the channel.
That's the max. Yeah. Yeah, Nikki, fucking do it on the channel,
Yeah, we need the publicity.
dick. Yeah, 70 seconds for the female flex arm hang. That's what it was before. It's different now.
Yeah, so we just need 30 seconds.
That's not bad. I could do that. I could do that now. Right now.
Yeah,
Right here.
It's easy.
Right now.
All right, hold on to this. and then, even then, I failed the sit-ups. Like, I was just, like, super nervous. I don't know what it was. I was, like, stuck at 52, and I just kept swinging up, and he was like, 52, 52.
Oh, that's what a fucking dick.
And he wasn't wrong, though. Like, I wasn't going all the way up. Like, I just hit muscle failure in my core, and I was like, I can't go up any further. In the last attempt that I had, like, I just went, like, all out.
And so you guys are doing sit-ups. That's your hands are behind your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
interlocked, and it's not your elbows touch your knees. It's like you sit up.
all the way
upright,
up. Yeah.
yeah.
Ours is, so we do crunches, and it's, you grab both your biceps, arms flat on your stomach, and then forearms have to touch your thighs. And that's I hate it. It's just the stupidest thing ever.
Because you have to do a lot more.
Well, yeah, but then you'll get muscle failure on your legs if you're doing them like a normal person. Because I know that there's people that are like, well, if you do the technique and you're utilizing your core, like, yeah, but look, the average person is not doing that.
No, but like your core does use your, what are they called?
Fucking your man meat thighs.
No, the top part of
Quads.
it.
No.
Higher. Hip flexors?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. And it really ruins your run.
Yeah, and that's the thing is immediately after the crunches, we have to do a 3-mile run.
Yeah.
And so it's like you're running, and then it's like, fuck, this is really hurting, and it isn't from this fucking
It gets
run.
really tight.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucking stupid.
But
Stupid, I tell
yeah,
you.
I failed it, and then the next day, like, they let you continue. This is just like the first day of it.
Yeah, you just have to do like a remedial for it.
No, you do it again the very next day.
Ooh, fuck.
No nothing. So you're actually sore now.
Yeah,
But like, they didn't really care. They were just like, I know you could do it, kind of thing. So they went like around the building. Everybody else went to normal PT the next day, and we went around the building. We found some flat spot, and I laid down, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna use this slight incline to my advantage. And I laid down the wrong way.
you made it harder for yourself.
Yeah, and he was like, the cadre was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Look at everyone else. And I was like, damn, he caught me. He wants me to do him the hard way. And then I flipped over, and I was like, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
So the incline's like this, right? And so I'm guessing your head was down here, so you
Yeah.
were going to be going up against gravity. Yeah.
And yeah, so I passed there. But then it's 3 weeks. You do ground week, tower week, and jump week. Ground week is just like, they teach you the basics of doing parachute landing falls, how to hit the ground,
Mm-hmm.
how to rig up your harness, how to rig up your buddy, stuff like that. You do a lot of running too. They run a lot, but it's like really slow run.
Yeah.
And then the second week is tower week, where you jump out of those 40-foot towers,
Mm-hmm.
which I hate. And then if the weather allows it, you jump out of the 250-foot towers.
Jesus.
They're these like, it's like iconic at airborne school. These big T-shaped towers. They're red and white.
That's what those are.
Yeah.
I always thought you guys had like a weird Teen Titan thing going on those bases.
So you like start at the bottom with your canopy like fully opened,
Mm-hmm.
and then they strap it up, and then they just hoist you up, and then they just let you go, and you just free fall. But it's really weather dependent, because people hit the towers,
That's hilarious.
or they'll drift too far and get hit by a car or something.
Well, chalk that up to fucking to fucking acceptable loss.
And if you manage to do all that, which you should, unless you're a piece of shit, they will kick you out, and they'll blame it on something else. Like we have this one apparatus called the swing landing trainer, where you're on a swing that simulates the harness as if you're about to hit the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll cut the harness, and you free fall for like 2 feet, and you have to do a correct parachute landing fall. And a lot of people get that wrong because you want to stand up. You're like, I'm so close to the ground, let me just stand up. But you're not supposed to do that. So if they hate you,
Yeah, because you'll fucking run your fucking knees into your
yeah,
in
if
your
you're a heavy
stomach,
dude,
right?
you
Yeah.
you will fuck yourself up in a real fall.
So what is the correct fall? Is it, I'm guessing,
It depends which way you're floating.
okay.
So say I'm floating, like an ideal one, you're floating perfectly left or perfectly right. For me, anyways. Some people like different ones. If you're floating left, you pull the right side of risers all the way down into your chest as much as you can grab. They say like you're reaching for the corner vent of your canopy. Like they want you to pull that much because that's the only way it'll do anything. These aren't really maneuverable canopies, so you do that, pull it all the way into your chest, you hold on to it, hope there's a little gust of wind that'll like push it, and that way you're not going to the left super fast. And then you kind of just feet and knees together, tuck your chin into your chest,
And you just break fall?
and it's sort of a roll. You have an order of which body part is supposed to hit first, and it's something like the balls of your feet, your calves, your butt, your lats, and then you kind of roll.
Okay. Gotcha.
And if you're going forward, you kind of turn your body.
Almost like into a combat roll, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so you want to do that roll regardless of the direction you're going.
Okay.
But it's really easy to fuck it up if you...
Yeah, I'm sure it's fucking...
I mean, obviously, people break their ankles and legs and shit.
It's hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious, but it's like hilarious.
But if you make it through both weeks,
Mm-hmm.
you really can't fail unless you refuse to jump.
Yeah.
And
So have you seen the show Band of Brothers?
no.
Oh, dude, you need to watch it. Airborne.
I've seen clips. It does look good.
It's really good. I've seen that show start to finish, or that miniseries start to finish 5, 6,
Jesus.
7 times. It's a really good show. Well, I watch it also because I study stuff like that. So I study film and TV. So that's also why I watched it a lot. But yeah, there's a whole section there in the beginning where they're in jump school essentially. And so they're learning all that stuff, and the captain. I'm gonna spoil it for you. It's not a huge spoiler, anyways. But the captain there refuses to do some jumps there, because he's fucking shitting bricks. But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good show, especially the training part. I think the first episode's called Kurahi.
I have been meaning to watch it. I just forgot about it.
Yeah, gotta watch it, man.
I'll go over my first jump.
Have you watched Vet TV?
Not
Vet
like
TV.
paid for it, but I just watch clips.
Oh, I have it. I'll throw an episode on. Not during the podcast, but
Well, it's that time of the day.
yeah, that time of the morning, because it is now 4 a.m. when we're recording this.
Bro, I'm on like my 4th thing of Modelo. You know what that means, bitches? If you're watching this, it's Modelo time.
I'm on my 5th Monster can, and if you're watching this, you know what that means: imminent kidney failure. Dude, oh man, that reminds me. I have a story about Monsters and Red Bulls and coffee. I drank exclusively no water for like a month and a half while deployed, because I was working really long shifts and not sleeping well at night, and so I was just fucking practically bathing in this shit. And I was having, and I remember I was drinking about 5 Monsters a day, on top of like 6-7 cups of coffee, on top of 4 Red Bulls, every day. Just that's what I was drinking, and eventually my piss turned brown, and I got nervous because I was like, man, it really hurt to piss.
Did you guys have those charts on top of the urinals?
Yeah. And that's how I was like, ooh,
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
You're just shy of peeing blood.
Yeah, and so I went to the docs and I was like, "Hey doc, my piss is brown." And then the first thing they were like, "Do you drink water?"
What's that?
And I was like, "There's water in Monster, isn't there?" My coffee's a little diluted sometimes. And they got super fucking pissed. They fucking sat me down, threw me on a fucking IV, and then they were like, "No more fucking energy drinks or coffee for like another month because that's bad for your body." And I did that until my piss was clear, and then I was like, back to fucking normal. Let's go back to drinking Monsters.
Shotgun one just to even out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good times. And that was before, or that was after. I think after I had gotten the beaver tranquilizer that they gave me at the medics.
For what?
I thought I told you the story. Have I not said the story?
Maybe.
While I was deployed, I was getting really bad migraines, and I had one that lasted like 3 days, and it got to the point where any type of light was just, I couldn't open my eyes. So I had to go to the docs, and then the main doc, like the officer that was in charge of all the docs, was like, "All right, well, I can give you something, and it's so that it help you sleep. It'll help the migraine go away," because I wasn't sleeping at that point because I couldn't. And he was like, "It's not like an official thing. It's just like a cocktail of stuff I put together." He's like, "But you're gonna have like exactly 10 minutes to get from here to your rack, and you're gonna pass out. Like you're gonna go to sleep." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. Go ahead, give it to me." So he gave me the fucking thing, and then afterwards he goes, "Yeah, man." He's like, "This is basically just a beaver tranquilizer." He's like, you can really knock out a small animal for like a long while with this." And I was like, "Cool,
good to know."
And then so I ran back to where I work, and I was like, "Hey, I was told by the dog I have to go lay down because he gave me a tranquilizer. I'm gonna pass out wherever I'm at." And they're like, "All right, go ahead, go to your rack." So I run back to my rack. I jump into my little coffin rack. It's literally just a tiny little space. It's the size of a coffin. And I had my TV, like my little Surface Pro, up on top of above me, so I can watch TV. And I was going like this to pick a movie, and then I woke up, and I was like, ugh, like I was scrolling in my head just, and I woke up. I didn't move an inch, apparently, while I slept, and I woke up exactly 24 hours after, because I clicked open the screen, and it was like 8:09 in the morning, and then I woke up the next day at 8:08, and I was just, it was like all stiff.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you have like your knees bent or your arm bent for too long, or like in your sleep and you wake up and it's like,
Yeah.
It was exactly like that. And I was like, what? Oh God, I had no more migraine. And then I asked everybody what happened. They were like, "Yeah, dude, you fell asleep. My curtain was still open." And they were like, "Yeah, man, you were knocked the fuck out, dude. And it was loud as fuck yesterday."
Why'd you go to sleep like this?
I told him, I was like, "Dude, they gave me a tranquilizer at the docks." And I was fucking knocked out. Good times. I've never. I felt so good afterwards.
Yeah, bet you did.
Best sleep I've ever gotten, dude. I can see why people get addicted to that shit.
Just for sleep.
Just for sleep, dude. Best
Did you
sleep.
dream at all?
No. I'm telling you, it was literally like, let me turn this. Oh, I'm alive!
And then I woke up.
Yeah, and then I woke up. That's how that happened. I was like, I'm gonna watch a movie, and then I woke up. No dreams, no nothing.
Those are great.
Yeah, and I imagine that's what death is like.
Yeah, but you don't wake up.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm gonna watch a movie, and then it's just it. That's it. Just dead.
I think you dream right before you die. Well, something like I don't know.
You're talking about the whole like your life flashes before your eyes thing.
Yeah, but not like that.
So there's a scientific thing for that that I was reading on, and then there's the theory of it. So it's as you go through life, your brain is recording things that hurt. So you fall, you scrape your knee, your brain records it and goes, okay, that's what that feels like, yada yada. So that's why the next time you're about to fall, you don't fall. Like when you trip, you scramble more to stop it because your brain is telling your body, hey, we've experienced this before, and you might not see the memory, but the memory was playing, so that's what's causing you to stop. The same thing with, car accidents and so on and so forth. And so when you get to the dying part of your life, your brain has never died before. So it's just it's flooding your consciousness with all these memories, that's your life flashing before your eyes, trying to figure out when have you felt this so that you know how to respond to it. And that's the whole life flashing before your eyes. It's your brain freaking the fuck out going like, I don't know what this feeling is, man.
Why am I losing blood flow?
Yeah.
I'll probably dream of something stupid, but it'll be relaxing.
No, mine would probably be dumb. Mine would be like it's so much masturbating in mine. It's just too much. I'd be grossed out at the end of it.
And then you die.
And then I die. Yeah.
With a stiffy.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I'm terrified that there's like a. I'm not terrified that there's like a heaven, but I'm terrified that there's like a review process before heaven. Like, I hope there is. I hope that there is such a thing as like...
you gotta go to the board.
Yeah. I hope that there is such a thing as like, beautiful paradise and peacefulness for the rest of eternity. I hope that exists. Same thing, I hope that there's a hell. But I'm afraid that there's a review process where you have to sit down...
You gotta knock 3 times before you enter.
Yeah, you gotta sit down with some asshole angel who's been doing the job too long and he's on his fucking iPad.
You gotta ask him first when your shift ends.
Yeah. That's another canonical reference. You gotta sit down there and he's just like, all right, let's fucking. And he's going through and he's like, what was going on here? What's this? What are you doing there? What's going on? Whacking it.
Yeah.
Whacking it. You know what's going on? 2 hours later. What are you doing? Whacking it again. Why are you whacking it so much? And I gotta explain it.
He's going through your file. He's like, watch this. Types in W. Look at your fucking file.
Yeah, dude. Look at the autofill. Why? It's not even walking, dude. Walking should be more predominant here than whacking. Yeah, I'm terrified of that if there's a review process. Oh, it's almost Easter. I totally forgot.
Is it good?
Yeah, well, it's Easter in 2 days. Or it's Easter tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not eating meat.
What? I'm eating bunny. Who's not eating meat?
Do they do that?
Eat bunny? People do that, yeah.
Do they not eat meat? When is that?
You said that. That's that's Passover.
Oh,
Passover is.
I thought it was like the Friday before Easter.
Yeah, no, Passover is on Wednesday, which was a couple days ago.
I thought it was a Friday that they don't eat meat.
I don't fucking know, dude. These people are fanatics. They're crazy. I think it's a cult. When I know it's a religion, but if you're like on Wednesday or on Friday we don't eat meat, that's a cult. That's a cult.
That sounded like Forrest Gump.
That's a cult. He's in a cult. I don't care.
Yeah, he definitely. Did your parents ever do that to you? They were like, "We're not eating meat today."
No, my parents didn't give a fuck.
Oh,
my parents were not religious at all.
No,
I did not grow up with religion.
I'm actually glad. Like, I thought my parents were strict religious back then. I'd be fucked if I had the parents I do now when I was a kid.
Are your parents more religious now?
Fuck yeah. Like, this isn't even borderline. They are in a cult.
They're in it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're in it to fucking get in heaven.
The good thing is that now I don't give a shit. I'm just like, explain why this is happening in the world.
No, my parents were not religious at all. Didn't do church. The most religious thing my parents did was watch The Passion of the Christ without us and then tell us that we had to read the Bible if we wanted to watch it. And then I read the Bible like 3 times and they still never let me watch it. And I still to this day have not seen that movie.
Me neither.
I tried and then it was like in a different language and I was like, oh, fuck out of here. I was like, I don't care.
La Pasión de Cristo.
Yeah. They were speaking like Hebrew or something. Like that's how it starts. That's how it opens. Maybe it changes to English later. I don't know. But I didn't give it a shot.
It could have.
I was like, fuck off. I'm not going to read the whole movie. Mel Gibson. Fuck off. I barely wanted to do that for Apocalypto. You want me to fucking do it for this? Like, I get
Ugh.
it. I get it's historically accurate. Jesus didn't speak English. I don't give a fuck. Make him speak English, dude. Put some sunglasses on him.
Yeah, Caucasian Jesus did.
Yeah. Yeah, give me Caucasian. And he still was Caucasian.
Black Jesus.
Yeah, give me black Jesus.
8 pound, 6 ounce baby Jesus.
In his gold fleece diapers. sitting in his manger. Polly loves that bit. That line from Talladega Nights. Polly loves it. I say that shit to her all the time.
It's great.
Yeah.
His
But
boot.
yeah.
Boot. That
Jesus
the
was not a
word.
boot. I don't think he was. I don't think Jesus was a boot. Maybe at the beginning when he was doing the shit for free. It was such a boot move. Oh, you're blind? Let me cure your blindness. You should have done it like Mr. Beast. Do it for the views.
Yeah. Jesus would have made a killing.
Jesus was the victim of a killing. So my sister's gonna fucking cringe. She's very religious now. But yeah, my parents weren't religious. There were sects 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 of my family that were and still are very, very religious, and they're probably the most hypocritical people I know. So very glad that I didn't grow up religious. Which is crazy that's how that happens.
All right, backtrack.
Sorry. Yes. Military word of the week. Boot. BOOT.
Boob.
What?
Boobs?
Boobs?
Boots.
Boots. Oh. That's what I said. Yeah, boots.
Boots.
Basically what that means, so it's a derogatory term. And it's kind of layered. You call, for sure, people that are new into the military. So once you're out of the training pipeline and you get into the fleet or the big army, or the wet navy, I'm guessing is probably what they call it, or the high and dry Air Force, whatever. I don't know what the puddle pirates call it. The puddle pirates are the Coast Guard. I don't know what they call the. Whenever you're out of the training pipeline, you're still called a boot for like a long time. And the thing is everyone's a boot to somebody, right? Because it's all about time and experience.
For me, it was more people who did boot like shit. Like they would wear their issued iPro or their boots, their actual issued boots outside. Yeah, like
in like regular civilian attire.
Or their dog tags. Like you fucking boot.
Yeah. All that shit, some boot shit.
Do you actively seek out military discounts?
No.
I fucking hate it.
We went out with one of Polly's old friends, ex-friends, to a restaurant. Is it called Bubba's?
Dude, Bubba's is great.
I think that's what it's called.
Bubba's 33.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. We went out there. It was like me, or it was Polly and I, and then Polly's friend and that chick's husband. We order our food, and then this bitch has the fucking audacity to look at the waitress and go, by the way, he's in the military. And she's like, oh, that's fine. I'll add the military discount right now. And I couldn't help it. I was like, don't add the military discount.
And be like, no, I'm not.
No, I don't know if I wish I should have done that. I was like, don't add the military discount. It's fine. I don't want it. And she was like, no, it's fine. I'll add it. And I was like, please don't do that. Please don't add the fuck. And then the friend was like, do it. It's fine. And in my mind, I'm getting mad because I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Like, if Polly's not even fucking doing that.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, add it to just mine.
And that's what I ended up doing. Is I was like, she was like, and I was like, oh, because I knew it was going to be a split check. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Because she was like, I'll add it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But just to ours. Just to our check. Because like, what the fuck? Don't do that. If I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
And let that be a thing for everybody. If you're out with somebody that was in the military or is in the military, don't ask for a military discount.
You fucking boot.
Yeah, that's.
I don't care if you weren't in the service. You're the boot.
Yeah, that's a fucking boot move. Don't do that shit. Right. I wanted to backtrack a little bit, because we were talking about this episode's gonna run long anyways. Yeah. Fuck it. We were talking about my family not being religious, yours being religious. Did that impact you growing up as much? Like, did that restrict you from anything? Like them being religious, being like, oh, you can't go out, you can't do this, you can't go to parties.
I felt like they were going to be strict anyways,
Mm-hmm.
trying to do their best job as parents.
Yeah.
And I get that. But the way they pushed religion on me so much just made me hate it. Like, let me experience it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I would have been more open to it. But honestly, I don't think so. Because the way I grew up, the way I started being like super analytical about stuff, I don't think I ever would have believed in religion.
Mm. I went through so many phases of religion. I went through Buddhism, where I took it like pretty seriously and did it legitimately, and then I never fell into Catholicism. I just never did. But I did, though. I dabbled with Christianity, then Satanism at some point, which isn't as bad as religious people make you believe it is. It's a very passive religion.
No sacrifices?
No sacrifices. No, it's very like it's very eye for an eye thing for sure. Because it's like, hey, mind your fucking business. Don't fuck with anybody. But if somebody fucks with you, you go balls to the wall. Like, you fuck with them back. Which I vibed with a lot when especially during that time period in my life. Because I was doing a lot more stand up at the time. So it was very like, oh, somebody heckles you, fucking destroy them. Like, and then I'm just back to kind of more of an agnostic version of myself. But for me, my parents weren't religious, and that's not what turned me away from it. It was because that didn't steer me left or right of it. It was my cousins that we were semi close with. Their over religiousness is what kind of turned me off of it for a little while. Because they're like of the mindset of like, you don't curse. And it's like, nowhere in the Bible does it say don't curse. And again, like I mentioned earlier, it was like huge hypocrites, right? Like huge hypocrites about it. Where it's, don't judge, but they're the judge's people.
Yeah.
Always forgive, but they start all the fights, right? So it's like, it's one of those. It's like it turned me off of it. Where I'm like, I've met enough religious people that are like this, and to see it so close to home for me, I'm like, from my point of view, and I'm not saying that it's true. From my point of view, being heavy into religion corrupts you more than just accepting religion.
Yeah. Like, for the people that really push religion on you, it's like, if the roles were reversed and I pushed atheism on you, you'd think I was a fucking maniac.
Yeah, they think you were a jerk. Why are you trying to destroy my belief? For them. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't like it. But yeah, we go to church. We take our daughter to church, but we're not.
You let your daughter decide whatever she wants to be later?
Yeah. It's the same way I decided, right? Like, I played around with it and kind of figured out what works for me. And I realized that what works for me is just kind of, doing my own thing.
Yeah, is there like a religion where it's just like common sense?
Mm-hmm. It's called Buddhism. Which is not even I wouldn't classify it as a religion. I think it is classified as a religion. I don't see it as that, because I see it as more of like a practice, a way of life. Yeah. Because I, for the longest time, would do a lot of Buddhism practices while doing like Christianity stuff or while doing satanic stuff, and it's just a way of life. Just
do whatever the fuck you want. My religion is Taylor Swift.
My religion is masturbating.
All right, yeah, we're done. You're done.
You're done.
All right, my butt's starting to hurt.
You want me to massage it?
Yes.
I'll use my penis.
I'm telling your angel.
What?
I'm telling your angel.
Oh, great. That's going to be interesting during the... Look what happens when I type in the word with the letter B. Butt massages with penises. What the fuck, guy? All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to go massage our butts. Oh, and gals, yeah.
Maybe.
Guys and gals and everyone in between and to the left, to the right of that. And
Okay, bye.
peace.